Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
1 2 1 2. I don't even know if they can hear me. Mic check, mic check. There I go. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in from the Channel 9 Studios. This is Sports Chat with Mr. 33. I'm he, Mr. 33. And tonight, we had our favorite SmackDown session on the Friday night. Friday Night SmackDown. Copy that. It was 3 hours tonight. I totally forgot it was 3 hours, to be honest with you. I was looking like, wait a minute. When we started the match, we started SmackDown, and we got Roman Reigns. Well, excuse me, we got the Wise Man coming up to the ring, and he calls out Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes comes out, and Wise Man tells him, like, listen, man, my guy got his rule of follow. I'm paraphrasing, of course. He got the roses around his neck. Coming back for that belt. He wants that belt. He's gonna go start at Royal Rumble. So as of tonight, Roman Reigns will be in the Royal Rumble. So as they talking, making things happen, Kevin Owens comes down from the crowd like he was Jey Uso, talking that smack. Cody goes up in there in the crowd and chase him down. They scrapping. While that's going on, poor Heyman looking out. grabbing the belt for Cody Rhodes, and you got Jacob Fatu and what's his name, Tongaloa come up. They about to set it on Paul Heyman. So Jimmy comes out, try to save him real quick. They about to they punish I be feeling sorry for Jimmy, him and his wife. But anyway, he was getting punished, and then Cody Rhodes comes back in the ring, saved him real quick. They get him up out of there, right? So we go to, I forget who the first match was. The first match was, oh my God, it was Meechin and Chelsea Green. Meechin started off the match. It was, that was a decent match. Meechin, she was holding on. She wanted to get Piper Niven involved. She go out there and fight Piper Nivens. Then she gets on the top rope, do a crossbody. Chelsea Green reverses it, the momentum, and well, we say grab the tights, but girls are different. They don't wear tights like that. But they was in the Daisy Duke shorts. So Chelsea gonna grab the Daisy Dukes. 1, 2, 3. She secures her title. So then Beechins get beat up a little bit more because she mad because she cheated. Piper Nivens came and took care of that little work. So that was one of the things, one of the matches. We go on. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank about these matches. What was the second match? What was the second match? Yeah, the second match I believe was it Shinsuke Nakamura? Yeah, because they doing a lot of talking. They were doing a lot of. So Shinsuke, LA Knight has a match with Shinsuke Nakamura. So they matching blow for blow. He come in with his little, I don't know, his samurai uniform. Him and LA Knight, they go at it. LA Knight is on the verge of winning the belt. We got interference as Jacob and Tongaloa come and they come and smash him out. Then all of a sudden we got Jay and Cody come out. So when Jay and Cody come out, they fighting those two. Obviously, Shinsuke, well, I don't think he won. He retains the belt. But Cody says, nah, don't send them home. Yo, we're going to fight these dudes. We here, they there. So they made an impromptu match. That's for me. That's when I realized it was a 3-hour. It was a 3-hour show. Right? So I'm over here bugging. After that, they still talking. We get, I don't know what it is with these. What's these dudes' name? The Motor City Machine Gun. No, it was the little pretty dudes. The pretty dudes fight after that. The pretty dudes fight. The branch off of the LWO people. So they get to fighting. I didn't even want to watch that fight, but I watched it. The pretty dudes was, they had their little moment, but at the end it was the I forget this dude's name. Yeah, the pretty little dudes. That's what I call them, pretty little dudes. Because I forgot their name, the tag team name, right? But anyway, the bootleg LWO team, they end up winning the match. They got that was pretty quick and subtle. Uh, then we got the DIY match, DIY versus uh Waller and A Town Down. That's cool. That's cool. What up though? DIY and A Town Down. Yeah, A Town Down and Waller. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with Austin Theory, but they're making him look like a real sideshow. That's their name. Okay, pretty deadly. I was real close. Pretty little dudes. They ain't deadly. They ain't not deadly at all. They two pretty little dudes. They ain't not deadly at all. They pretty water guns. They pretty water guns, right? I mean, hey, so Austin Theory and Waller, they're in a losing streak now. As DIY, they come in, they finish them off. Pretty little dudes. They talking to, I forgot the other dudes. They're not more serious. DIY, DIY, they beef or whatever. Okay, cool. So so Tiffany Stratton comes out. She's celebrating herself and things like that. Yeah, Motor City Machine Gun. Yeah, you know that. Come on, man. See, you got me tripping over pretty little dudes. DIY didn't fight. DIY was in the back watching, and then the pretty little dudes they were having a conversation. You are absolutely correct. Thank you for the correction. Right, that is correct. So, the former tag champ eventually win the Motor City Machine Gun. Uh, they beat Austin Theory and Waller. Now we find out tonight. We find out that there's going to be Saturday night main event the week before the Royal Rumble, which will be January 25th. I found that out tonight watching SmackDown. There's no card that was announced so far, so we have to wait and see who's gonna be on those cards. So now we get to Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton, she's celebrating. Nia comes out like, yo, you tried to play me. All right, cool, whatever. You're gonna give me my belt. I'm gonna take it from you. Bailey comes out. She talking her talk. Well, she only got you only had the belt because she helped you. Then Naomi and Bianca Belair comes out. They beef. Everybody beefing. So they start fighting. All four of them fight. Tiffany dips out the ring. She goes around the ring while they fighting. She gets on the top rope, does a moonsault, and then Nick Aldis say, "Yo, y'all just have a four-way to see who the number one contender is." So it was Bianca Belair, Naomi, Bailey, and Nia Jax. In the fatal four-way, Nia was doing what she needed to do. She was holding it. She was being Nia. Uh, Bianca, Bianca Belair and Bailey, they got into it a little bit, and you know, they don't like each other anyway, so they fighting or whatever the case may be. Naomi tried her best to stay away from it, but she had to wrestle Bailey. Uh, so as Bailey is get ready to get the EST finish move done on her, Candice LeRae grabs Bianca's hair. Bianca drops Bailey. She's pulling her hair, trying to get her hair back. So as she pulls the hair back, she gets her hair back. She whips Naomi in the gut. Uh, so She feeling bad. She ends up getting removed from the ring. Bailey capitalizes, pins Naomi, gets the 3 counts. So Bailey is now the number 1 contender to Tiffany Stratton's belt. I believe that's going to be the main event, one of the main event matches, or that may be next week. We don't know. I don't recall if Nick Aldis said they'll fight next week, but it'll Bailey is the number 1 contender, and so she will be fighting Tiffany Stratton. Then we get to the main event. The main event is Jacob and I almost said Zilla. Jacob and Tongaloa versus Jimmy and the champ. So they fighting, they was Jimmy just he just the fall guy. Jimmy gets beat up all the time. He makes a tag, he gets beat up for about 20 minutes. And then he tagged in Cody. Cody comes out. He's on fire. He over there he's not doing the Cody cutter, but he cleaning the ring out. As he getting the momentum, Kevin Owens comes back out. He just left that man for dead. He went to go fight Kevin Owens and left Jimmy in this ring by himself. Jacob got enough Tongaloa can't fight. So, Tongaloa is the fall guy of we're gonna have that discussion though. The new bloodline, but I'm gonna discuss that in a minute. Anyway, so Tongaloa getting beat up. Jacob comes in. He wipes the floor with Jimmy. He hits a little somersault, the top rope somersault, moonsault, pins him. And then as they get the victory, we see Kevin Owens and Cody run back into the crowd. They still fighting. So as they're fighting, they find a table. Kevin Owens was going, I guess he's gonna do either pop up power bomb or the power driver on the table. So him and Cody fighting. Cody maneuvers it and you fake spears them and they both go through the table. And that's how SmackDown ends. Now, in the beginning, like I told you, when Jacob Fatu and Tongaloa came out against Paul Heyman. Now, I don't know if everybody remember how he was supposed to they were supposed to acknowledge Roman, but Solo told them that that's what they're supposed to do. But now all of a sudden they're moving on their own. So I was thinking to myself, I think Jacob is gonna be the new leader of 2.0 blood, well 3.0, because it's the second new bloodline. I think Jacob is gonna be one of the participants. It's gonna be Jacob, Tongaloa, what's the other one name? The one with the broken arm, and one of the new ones that's gonna come in. I think it's gonna be 3.0. And they're gonna try to challenge Roman as he if he wins if he wins the Royal Rumble, he don't have to fight Cody Rhodes until WrestleMania. So that'll be enough time for them to establish the new bloodline 3.0. And like I said, Haku's sons and Jacob and a new one. And in between that time, I think Solo's going to ask for forgiveness, and they'll find a way to bring him back into the fold. Because Solo wasn't winning any matches anyway. Let's just be honest. So he shouldn't even been tribal chief that long. because he ain't winning that near match. Every match he fought Cody about 2 or 3 times. He lost. He fought Roman. He lost the tag match. He did win with Roman. He lost. What's that? Not the Survivors. Yeah, or War Games. Realist, what's going on with you? Right? So I think that Solo is going to be in a hiatus, and then he's going to try to ask for forgiveness to actually reunify the actual original bloodline, because they was pushing him too much, right? So he gonna try to follow Roman and become a better heel, but I think that's gonna take time. That might be somewhere down the line, but I believe Solo is going to be in a different position coming back from this embarrassing loss that he had on Raw is Netflix. But I think this is something of a new beginning for Jacob Fatu, and I think that's where they're heading with the bloodline that's being unified. I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's going to be uh, Hikuleo or whoever it is. So that's who I think is going to be the bloodline. You ain't missed nothing much, realist. We know LA Knight got disqualified. Jacob Fatu and Tongaloa, they was trying to be bullies and everything. Roman Reigns announced he was going to be in the Royal Rumble. Uh, what's the girl name? Chelsea Green retained the title. She beat Mi Chin. There was a fatal 4-way between Nia Jax, Bailey, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. Bailey won that match. Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso fought Jacob Fatu and Tongaloa. Kevin Owens got in that match, interfered with that match. Well, he didn't interfere with the match. Cody Rhodes met him up the aisle, and they was fighting, and they left Jimmy Uso in the ring by himself, and Jacob and Tongaloa, they won that match. In between time, well, after that match, Cody and Kevin Owens goes through a table in the stands. Wow, listen, I think. Oh, and I think that's the match they're gonna make for. I believe it's for Saturday night main event. You just came in, so during the SmackDown event tonight, they announced that Saturday night main event is going to be January 25th. That's the week. That's the Saturday before Royal Rumble. So I'm thinking that's the match they're gonna have for Saturday night's main event. So that way, they're not gonna put. I don't I don't see them putting Tiffany Stratton in the world title match there. I think that'll be Rhea Ripley fighting fighting that Royal Rumble match for the belt, but I don't know who she gonna find yet. Because they had to extend SmackDown tonight because it was 3 hours. So I think that'll be one of the matches. Who else fought tonight? I said Shinsuke won he retained the title. LA Knight got jumped by Jacob and Tongaloa. Motor City Machine Guns, they fought against Austin Theory and the other dude, not Derek Waller, the Waller kid, the dude that do the talk show. What else happened? that was pretty much it. And they was having conversations about Saturday night's main event. They got all they really did was move the SmackDown and the Joe Tessitore dude and Wade Barrett. They moved to SmackDown because what's the dude name? The dude from ESPN. Why am I blanking? Pat McAfee is gonna be on Raw's Netflix with Michael Cole. Uh, but so far, Roman Reigns. We know Roman Reigns and John Cena is gonna be in that match. Uh, I also think I was watching NXT. I think because what's his name, Trick Williams, he lost that match to what's his name, Umi, the Umi guy. I think Trick Williams is gonna be in the Royal Rumble. I think that's why he lost the belt, so he might be transitioning over to the main roster. That was the SmackDown event. I mean, excuse me, that was the NXT event. I've been watching wrestling all week, so y'all bear with me. Uh, I think he'll be part of the Royal Rumble. Uh, yeah, so I think he'll be over there. What up, though?
What up, though? Can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, I got you. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, like I said, I totally blanked out, forgot SmackDown was gonna be 3 hours because when they did the impromptu match with Cody Rhodes and Jimmy, I was like, oh snap, it is 3 hours. I was totally blanking out because I was going back and forth with the college football game, and I was like, oh yeah, it's 3 hours. I got to go back, and then I watched some of that. Uh, I don't know. Like I said, what do you think about the fact that do you think that Jacob Fatu and Tonga Law was on their own, or you think that's solo, or you think it's somebody else? What do you think?
Man, I think Jacob took the reins like Solo did when Roman lost. Is Jacob doing the same thing Solo did? You know, he taking charge. He keeping them valid. So I think because if you remember when Cody beat Roman, Solo
Hmm.
interfered. He did everything to help, and Roman still lost. And then Solo was like, there's consequences behind losing. And now,
Hmm.
if you look, Jacob interfered, had that same look when Roman won. Like, damn, you lost, bro. Like you've been losing. But think about it. Roman didn't really lose. He lost to Cody, but he ain't been losing. Solo been losing. And now he
Right.
lost to Ulafala, so he like shit. We peers now, bro. You ain't got nothing over me. So, and I'm the werewolf. I'm the enforcer. So it is. So I think Jacob gonna step into that role Solo did.
Yeah. But the funny part was, even in the match tonight, he was like, "I love you," and he ain't say solo because he supposedly he got knocked off the top rope by Jimmy. So I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know who's pulling the strings. I don't, you know what I mean?" But I definitely saw the same thing, and I'm like, I was just trying to figure out who would be the fourth the fourth member. I know it ain't. I don't think it's gonna be Zilla Fatu. I think it's gonna be somebody else. I don't know who yet. I heard that Zilla just he got out of his one of them just got out of the contract with New Japan Wrestling. So I know one of them is heading that way. And I also think that because Solo got humiliated, he's gonna have to grovel his way back to make the original bloodline the actual original bloodline. You see what I'm saying? So
But
I really thought about that. But
this is the thing too. You remember what Solo told Paul Heyman? He said if Roman wins, then I acknowledge him. So how is
right,
Jacob gonna feel about that? They still attack. They was about to attack Paul Heyman. So I mean,
right.
That's why I said I think Jacob is just doing his own thing now.
Yeah, because I remember when Solo was holding Ulufala, he's like, listen, if I lose this, you got to acknowledge him because I'm going to acknowledge him. So he was telling both of them that. So I was like, okay, cool. So, but when I seen what happened tonight, as we started SmackDown and they came out there, they was all on Paul Heyman. I'm like, oh my God. So this is what's going to happen. Solo turned his back, but I'm like, wait a minute, he ain't gonna be there for a while because Solo, if you really think about it, Solo was there damn near the whole year, all of 2024, like missing nothing. He was there the whole time. So this might be his little hiatus because he's embarrassed, quote unquote. And then Jacob might be getting ready to do some things. He ain't gonna have a Ulafala, but he gonna challenge it. Like he'll never get the Ulafala, but then now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think they're gonna be worried about the Ulafala. I just think they want to be acknowledged because y'all keep calling us the outsiders. That may be some NWO type shit, but bloodline stat. Excuse me, bloodline. That they'll be the outsiders type scenario. You know what I mean? Because they're the outsiders. You know, and they got the original bloodline and all that. So that I'm thinking about it from that aspect as well. But I was just hoping that Jacob actually starts singles competition. But I guess they want to hold on to that storyline of him being the leader of the bloodline. So I understand that. Did they say Kevin and Cody's supposed to be in a ladder? Yeah, they're gonna be in a ladder match for Royal Rumble. I think that's going to be the main event, Willis. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. I don't know what that belt is. I'm still trying to understand the belt situation. I ain't know Kevin Owens don't got no belt, but I guess he stole it from him, and now they're gonna make a ladder match to pull both of the belts off from the in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he holding on to that belt because he feel that's the only way he'd get his chance at a real title shot. Because that belt was put up, it was retired, and Triple H brought it back out just for that match. You know, it came out of retirement
Mhm.
for that match. So if they want it back, Kevin Owens like, you got to give me my shot if you want this belt back. That's why he took it.
Now we know. I don't. I'm speculating. I don't know if Randy Orton's going to get involved. I don't. I'm presuming that's going to happen because I don't. We haven't heard from Randy Orton for a while and things like that. It would be interesting if Randy Orton was the final match for John Cena. I would because those are the two longest guys that have been in there, and that would be funny if Randy Orton was fighting John Cena and John Cena got one of those belts. That would be a funny last match because Randy Orton is like right behind him as far as winning belts. Well, not right behind him, but a few matches short. But that would be an interesting last match if that was the case. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see Kevin Owens winning that match. I think they'll write him off after this because he's not even going to be relevant. Or that might be the Cody Rhodes turning bad guy scenario coming up. Because if he fights Roman, you can't have two good guys in the same match. So Cody might be switching up sooner or later. So that's what I believe.
I think Roman. I don't know. I think he going to Raw. I got a feeling Roman going to Raw.
If you go, but that's what I'm saying. We don't like. I don't even. We still don't have an official date of if they're going to do that draft. Yeah, realist time is flying, right? We go all the way back to 2000 and damn 2000, 2002, right? John Cena's been there almost 25 years. Remember, he came out with them little them little poom poom shorts, and his time is flying. But I just don't. Yeah, I'm trying to understand how this go. Listen, all I know is this: SmackDown tonight was better than Raw on Netflix, right? We've been saying the same thing consistently. They have to figure something out. You can't go 3 hours with 4 matches. They had a little bit more matches. They made impromptu matches on SmackDown tonight. They just have to do a whole lot more because they can't keep going. If, well, I don't even think they can go 3 hours no more because of that, because that was horrible. You know what I mean? So
That
I don't
that
think
was,
they'll be going 3 hours.
but you got to
Yeah.
think about it. That wasn't like a regular Raw. That was like a ceremony. So that's why they had all these different people coming out, everybody talking. It ain't gonna be like that moving forward. It's gonna be like a regular Raw. But what the kickoff show was, that was just like a ceremonial show. So that's why you had Hulk
Um,
Hogan coming out, Undertaker coming out, John Cena coming out.
I hope so, because that was not a good look. It really wasn't. But we know, like I said,
Oh,
SmackDown they had,
I gotta drop
they
down.
had
I'll be right back.
alrighty. Uh, they had the little impromptu matches. Like I said, they started off with Me Chin and Chelsea Green. They had the little what's that, the women's U.S. belt going on. You know, I just be feeling bad for Me Chin because Me Chin be putting in that work, and they just be making her lose on some real coincidental things. Like I said, tonight she lost. Chelsea Green reversed the crossbody. She pulled. Well, they gonna say tights. She pulled the tights, and she retained the belt. But Mi Chin is holding the mid card women's division, or the mid card women's uh thing down. So I just think that they got to give her. I don't care if it's like a couple of months of a belt. That like she deserves a belt because she's been really holding it down. Uh, but and then like I said, after that, I don't know how long I can't say this man's name. Nakamura gonna hold this belt, but this LA Knight thing is really is drawing dead because you know every time he fights, he gonna get bad. Excuse me, because uh Jacob and them keep getting in the match, and so I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know what's going on with Jacob and LA Knight. They just don't like each other, so that might be a little side match for SmackDown. If word is correct and Roman goes over there, that may be what they do. They may build the bloodline for SmackDown, and LA Knight going to be trying to hold it down or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I agree with you, realist. Michin got a lot of potential, but the way she be losing the matches is just like, yo, this like I think they're holding her back for whatever reason. I don't know, you know, and that's the crazy part about it. That they just be holding Michin back. They hold her back. Uh, they hold her back. They hold Naomi back.
Shit,
Nia's
they
about to
holding
go through a
Bianca
drought.
back, man. They holding
Yeah, they
Bianca
holding
back. I
Bianca
mean,
back.
you gonna
Right.
let Bailey, like Bailey, bro? Like Bailey is so fucking boring. B shit, it don't stand for Bailey. It stands for boring, man. Bailey is boring. Right? I mean, Bailey get a title shot. Why Bianca ain't get a title shot? Bianca would be a better champion than Bailey. More and more dominant too. She like it. Bianca would be like Rhea Ripley. Over there where Rhea got the belt, it's like something crazy got to happen for her to lose. You know what I'm saying? She had to
Right.
lay her belt down. I think Bianca is better than Rhea. She
Yeah,
ain't got all this
she's
react.
a
I mean,
better competitor.
even
Right.
yeah, like her move sets are better. Her performances are better. Bianca is a better wrestler than all of them. And a tag team championship. I mean, they could have let Naomi never won it. They could have let Naomi hold it for a minute. But even that U.S. title, like that's trash. Naomi, they should have let Naomi win that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Like they holding Naomi back, Michin back. You know what I mean? But I'm starting to think that Bianca's getting ready to turn heel. Like she's about to be a bad
I
person.
would. I would. I mean, that's how Rhea got the belt.
Right. So it's like, yo, I might as well just wild out and start pounding people. But I think she will. If Bailey does win this belt, that'll be the reason why. Like y'all keep giving this Uchi Mama a shot after shot after shot, and she ain't even earning it. So y'all playing me. So I'm about to just air her out, and Naomi gonna get in the way. She gonna try to stop it. She gonna pound out Naomi. They probably gonna say Bailey. I mean, Bianca set up Jade, and that's when Jade come back. And if she comes back, uh, it's so many ways to allow Bianca to turn bad. So that's something to really look at. But the question is, if they take the belt, who gonna win the belts? You see what I mean? Like, there's no real women's tag team. I guess that's when last legend and them come back after the female Royal Rumble. That's what I'm presuming. That's what I'm thinking. So it's many ways to look at it because like last legend and them they was on NXT, but they ain't even wrestling over there. They just there. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, we holding y'all up. We're gonna send y'all to the main roster sooner or later. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, my bad.
Hmm.
But yeah, Trick, Olga Fleming beat Trick Williams, so Trick could be coming over. Yeah, Trick
Yeah,
Williams
I
will be
seen.
over there.
Yeah, I seen. I forgot the girl name. The girl just won. They both the title changed hands on both sides on Tuesday night. So I was like,
Hmm.
wow, that's crazy. So I already feel once you lose the belt this close to Royal Rumble, both of them might be getting a little shot in the Royal Rumble. Commander, what up, Nine?
What
Uh,
up, Commander?
you know, it's just like I said, because you that close to 3 weeks away. They's like, yo, it's 3 weeks away. I'm like, damn, it is 3 weeks away because Saturday night main event is 2 weeks away. And like I said, there's no announcement of that card. Um, I don't even I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I can see these little two belts because I think the Intercontinental belt, the women's Intercontinental belt, ends on. They'll come to a conclusion Monday on Raw, and I don't think Dakota Kai is going to win it. I think they're trying to do something with this other young lady. I forgot
Oh,
her name.
Laura Valkyrie. Yeah, she the truth, man. I like
Yeah,
Valkyrie. Yeah, she the truth.
yeah. I
I
think
like
I think
her.
they think they're going to do something with her to start off fresh with that belt. You know what I mean? So I just don't see Dakota Kai winning. That may break up Damage Control in totality because EO gonna be trying to get Rhea Ripley. So I don't know how that works, but I just think that'll if Dakota Kai don't win that belt, that's the end of Damage Control for me. So it's like I said, we have to stay tuned for Monday. You know, they said they had good numbers. I heard differently. I know a lot of people were commenting about the Raw Netflix. It don't matter because it ain't going nowhere. They under contract, so we gotta live with it. We just trying to figure out: are they gonna do the 2 hours? Or are they gonna do 3 hours? What's the matches gonna be? Because there's no announcements of the Netflix matches either, right? So we gotta
I mean,
sit
they
back
could.
and wait for all of that.
I mean, it's on Netflix, so they can run it 2 or 3 hours. There's nothing coming on. There's nothing live streaming after that. That's
Right.
the good thing about Netflix. It's not a TV station where you got a show coming on afterwards. It's Netflix, so it's just that live streaming. So that's gonna take a lot. That's gonna draw a lot of viewers. I believe the numbers was good. I believe it was good. I mean, because like I said, it's a ceremonial show. It wasn't. I Once I seen it was only 4 matches, I kind of knew it was gonna be a lot. It was probably gonna be 30-minute matches, and that's 2 hours, and then it was gonna be an hour of that makes sense, for as far as programming. That makes sense. So
Right.
you got 2 hours of matches, and then you got another hour of promos all split up in between the matches. 15 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 20, just to get everybody out there or whatever. It was a celebration.
Yeah.
It's something big, you know. Now
Mhm.
moving forward, I expect more from it, but that I didn't really expect too much from it. Once I seen that, I already knew what it was. Is a ceremonial show versus the actual, what we used to show. So I mean, people will always have criticism about something. I don't think it was bad. I mean, for what it was supposed to be, it was a kickoff show. That's what most kickoffs do. It's not the actual show. It's more of a celebration.
Now there's a rumor that CM Punk got hurt in that Seth Rollins match in the Netflix. So I
Mm.
don't know how true it is. I mean, once he hit I guess the way he pinned him, it looked like he was injured. I want to say he was just tired, but the way he fell on him, it's like he couldn't get up after that. So I don't know if he hurt his knee. I don't know something happened to his leg, but that's an interesting thing to look at going forward either as well. Excuse me, because if that if that has to be derailed, then Seth Rollins is going to be a free agent. If he is a free agent, that may lead to that. I'm not going to say shield type thing for Seth Rollins, him and Kevin Owens maybe, and Drew McIntyre. I'm not saying that because they don't even like each other, but you know they hate Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns go over there, then that I can see that happening too. So it's going to be a totally different scenario. But this is all speculation. It's all my opinion. So I may be off by a lot. We'll see. But maybe that'll pick up the Netflix side of Raw. You know what I mean? Like realists would say, anything is possible. Like he just said, anything possible. But CM Punk, he like I don't his favorite. I think his favorite is when Roman wins. They're going to set up a match. That's
Come
the
on,
favor, I
now.
think. If that's the favor, and if Paul Heyman thinks he's going to win, he'll turn on Roman Reigns. So that's another storyline to look at as well. Like I said, there's so many things that goes through my mind when I watch it. Like, okay, somebody's about to do this, that, and the third. Give them after WrestleMania, or give them before WrestleMania. Elimination Chamber, one of those type of things. Something's gonna happen. But you know, but now they're gonna slow roll it to the Saturday Night Main Event, and then that'll lead off to the Royal Rumble. So I don't even know how these next 2 weeks may be like irrelevant type, just to slow it down or get to the Royal Rumble because there's no storyline. The storyline's gonna be after the Royal Rumble. They probably pick it up from there. Somebody gonna do something crazy, and then they'll fight this person or whatever. It's just gonna be a different scenario going forward as far as the Royal Rumble. Uh, yeah. So that's gonna be an interesting way to bring out Raw on Netflix. You know, so we have to stay tuned Monday, and that's when I'll probably come back on to have that conversation to figure out what's really going on as far as the Raw side of it, because we got to find out what happens with Drew McIntyre and Jimmy. I mean, excuse me, Jay. We got to see if Braun Breaker's gonna get into action. Is Gunther gonna make an appearance on Raw? He holds the Raw belt. It's so many things to look at going forward, right? But on that note, right, I just want to say congratulations to Ohio State and Notre Dame as they will be heading into the college football championship. Uh, Interesting side note: uh, the coach of Notre Dame made history. He's the first. He's the first black coach to coach in the national championship game. Marcus Freeman, he's young too. He's almost he's not even 40 yet. So, shout out to him. That game will be played January 20th. And as far as this weekend's wild card schedule, we have the Texans will be hosting the San Diego Chargers tomorrow at 4:30. And the Steelers will be playing another game against Baltimore. This will be the third game. For me, I think that game is going to be close. The Texans versus Chargers, it'll be anyone's game. I think that the Chargers they'll win the game because of Harbaugh. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think C.J. Stroud, the quarterback of the Texans, he can do a lot of things. I think he can do it, but I just think that Harbaugh is going to Harbaugh is going to do something with Justin Herbert to where they'll finally win a playoff game against the Texans. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans actually do win that game. As far as the Steelers and the Ravens, it's very easy for me to pick Baltimore because the duo of Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, I just think that Lamar Jackson has something to prove. So I'm gonna go with Baltimore to win that. This may be Russell Wilson's last game as a Steeler. If he doesn't win, I think they won't bring him back. He's on he's on a 1-year contract, and he hasn't actually been doing well. Which coach, Commander? Jim Harbaugh or who? I think the Steelers have lost 4 games in a row, and I think they may be ready to move on from Russell Wilson. So if Russell Wilson don't perform well tomorrow night, I don't think he'll be resigned with the Steelers. So this is a must win for Russell Wilson. And so, I've got Baltimore winning that match. The Sunday games, right? The Sunday games will be the Denver Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills, as well as Bo Nix has been playing. They're going up to Buffalo. I don't think he's ready for excuse me. I don't think he's ready for whatever weather Buffalo has. If anybody watches football and anybody, as bad as the weather's been, like in the South, that lake effect. Excuse me, the lake effect weather in Buffalo is going to play a role, and I don't think that the rookie quarterback Bo Nix is going to be able to do anything. So I'm gonna pick Buffalo to win that. That's the Sunday 1:00 game. Now the Eagles and the Packers. I'm getting the sneezing attack. Excuse me. The Eagles versus Packers. Now we just found out that Jalen Hurts will be active and will be playing against the Packers. We also found out that one of the wide receivers from the Packers tore his ACL and won't be playing. Excuse me. So as much as I'm upset with the Eagles, and Jordan Love is also injured at the same time, as much as I'm upset with them, and I did pick them beforehand, excuse me, I'm going to go with the Eagles just because the quarterback is injured and the wide receiver, they lost the wide receiver at the same time. That's the 4:30 game Sunday. Sunday Night Football will be the Washington Commanders against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Excuse me. The Buccaneers coming off of their last win to clinch the playoffs, and Jaden Daniels, I don't know. I just think that's going to be a different game. Excuse me, guys. I think that I'm going to pick the Buccaneers just because they're home. It won't be anything spectacular. I just think their home field advantage will play in their advantage, even though I think Jaden Daniels may do something nice. I just think that Tampa Bay is going to win at home. And finally, the Minnesota Vikings will be in they'll be in Arizona now. We know that the Rams are from Los Angeles, but they are moving a lot of games from Los Angeles due to the wildfires. To keep the season active, or they just canceled a couple of basketball games, Clipper games, Laker games, and so they decided to move the Rams games to Phoenix, Arizona. Will it benefit them? I don't know. I think that's going to be a very good game. I think that's going to be the best game of the weekend, because I do like I like the Rams. I like Matthew Stafford. I like the wide receivers Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. But this is going to be the game. If Sam Darnold do what he do, is he going to revert back to the old Sam Darnold? People lost faith in him because he lost to the Rams, and that was like a playoff game. But I could actually see him actually winning this game. But it's gonna be a good game. It may be the person who gets the ball last type of scenario. And if the Vikings get the ball last, I could see them winning. But I could also see the Rams winning, like 20, like a 28-24 game, something to that extent. I could see that happening as well. But those are all of the games. So I'm gonna say Minnesota's gonna win. So I'm gonna pick Minnesota, Tampa Bay, the Eagles, the Bills, Ravens. I'm going with the Chargers. So Chargers, Ravens, Bills, Eagles, Tampa Bay because they're home, and Minnesota. So Monday, I will be back on Monday night to after the Eagle game to speak about War and give you more of an updated playoff picture for the NFL. Because after that game, because here's the deal, the Lions got a bye, so the Lions will be playing the lowest seed, right? So, for example, if the Commanders beat the Bucks, we know they'll be going to Detroit. If Green Bay beats the Eagles, we'll know they'll be going to Detroit. And of course, if Minnesota beats the Rams, they may be going to Detroit, right? But it all depends on who loses. The lowest seed, right? The Packers are the 7th seed, the Commanders are the 6th seed, and the Vikings are the 5th seed. So whatever one of those teams win, or the lowest seed, they're gonna play the Lions. For example, if Philly wins, Tampa Bay wins, and the Rams win, the Rams will go to Detroit because they will be the lowest seed. And that's how it goes. Same thing with Kansas City. Whatever the AFC team is the lowest seed, they'll be going to Kansas City. So that's why I'll be coming on Monday, because it may sound like it's hard to follow if you're not an avid NFL fan, but it will be easier to break down over the weekend because I will post the victories and things like that, especially Sunday night. Sunday night for the AFC is gonna be solidified. You'll know definitely Sunday night who will play who, and I'll speak about that. I may come on Sunday for that, but we know that the Rams and the Vikings, the Monday night game, I'll be definitely coming on for Monday night because we have to talk about the Roy's Netflix situation. So I'll probably speak about both of those at the same time. Uh, so like I said, that's just the way this weekend is turning out. But it starts tonight, or excuse me, this afternoon at 4:30 with the Texans and the Chargers. There's two games today: the Texans and the Chargers, and Pittsburgh Steelers will be in Baltimore. And like I said, I will be updating that. I will be updating the scores and the victories and things like that. I'll tell you who win tonight, and then we'll find out Sunday about the AFC, and we'll have to wait for Monday for the NFC. And so, I know my guy, I just got an alert that word will be coming on shortly. So I'm allowing himself, to take care of what he got to take care of before he comes on. You know, but that's just, this is just football the way it is. I think we spoke about Tyreek Hill already, so there's nothing really to talk about. We know that coaches were being fired in the NFL. For those that don't know, Antonio Pierce lost his job. The black GM in, I think it's Carolina, lost his job. I don't want to. Sometimes it's hard not to look at these things, right? Because these are like 1 and 2 year coaches, and the 1 and 2 year coaches that are, of African American descent, like I said, they're losing their jobs and they're not getting these fair chances. But it's hard. It's hard not to actually see that, right? It's hard to watch it and not say something and predicate it to where, okay, because they're black, they lost their job, right? If you had no, that's like you starting a job, right? You starting a business. You start a business. If anybody that started business, they know 90% of the time the first year is not profitable, right? So if it's not profitable, does that mean you should quit because it ain't profitable, or you see the momentum of where the business is going, you stick it out the next year, right? But when you're a head coach, you know, it's very easy for somebody to say, well, you ain't doing well enough, you'll lose your job, right? Uh, and that's what's going on with a lot of the coaches in the NFL. Like I said, uh, we see Doug Peterson of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He had plenty of years to see that he wasn't working enough, right? Excuse me. We So he got 3 or 4 years, and they only won like one. They have one good year, right? We see Antonio Pierce. He had a good interim job, and then he lost his quarterback. They traded their best wide receiver. They got a nice tight end, but when you only got one weapon, where you going with one weapon? That's like you having a 6-shooter and somebody got an automatic. It's a hard way to, you know what I mean? It's a hard way to view it, but that's, you're not going to win a lot of those gunfights when you got to be accurate. And if you don't have the weapons to be accurate, or you don't have the skills to be accurate, you're going to lose more than you win, right? I think that's what Antonio Pierce was set up to fail at. I also feel that Gerard Mayo was set up to fail, right? When you're a rookie coach, it takes you more time. Like I said, it takes you a couple of years to at least get a culture or solidify what you want done. You being broken in just like your team is being broken in. You need more than a year. But because these guys is only getting a year and 18 months, it's making it look like that we can't be capable. And that's funny to say because, like I just told y'all, for the first time in college football history, there's a black man that's under 40 that's getting ready to play for the national championship. God forbid if he loses, because that'll come out of somebody's mouth too. Even though he is playing the quote unquote superior team in the Ohio State Buckeyes. But they will try to say something's wrong with it if he don't win. Well, this is why y'all know the talks in the background. This is why we don't let them lead and so on and so forth. Those conversations are still being had, right? But the fact that they're letting these coaches go with 1 year tries and a year and a half try, it's not a good look when other coaches is getting 2-3 year tries and 4 year tries, and they just happen to be having lack of melanin in their skin, right? That's the best way I could put it without, making it sound crazy. But, there will be some coaches hired, they have to wait for everybody because the majority of the time they're going to pick the hottest coaches, right? Like they'll probably try to pick the offensive coordinator from the Lions, the offensive coordinator from the Buffalo Bills, defensive coordinators from the Bills and the Lions. Whatever team gets to the furthest in the playoff, they have to wait for all of them to not be working. Like their team has to lose. Or if their team wins the Super Bowl, that's when they'll have the interviews for those guys, And that may, like I said, that may take a month. So we won't know who the six coaches, six jobs available right now. If we don't know, who's doing what. Now we heard that, they bringing some people from back in the days, Rex Ryan, Ron Rivera. We hear all about that, right? But they know they don't want to hire those dudes because they feel like they're out of touch. If that was the case, Bill Belichick would have had a job. He wouldn't be in college or coach college, right? So it's an interesting thing to look at going forward. But at the end of the day, those, hopefully Antonio Pierce will land on his feet. I don't know if he wants to coach after that, but that does deter a person from wanting to put their name in the hat and become a head coach because if they're the worst team, it seems like the worst teams get the black coaches. I'ma just say it like I was supposed to say it. The worst teams get the black coaches. See, the Raiders is a lottery team. We see New England Patriots. They're in the first 10 picks. Excuse me, and both of them lost their jobs. Right? I don't. The Titans coach didn't lose his job. He got the number 1 pick. He ain't lose his job. You see what I'm saying? Just go look. If you look at the order of the draft, look at the coaches and see if they still got their job. And the ones that lost their job, see what they look like. That's just what I'm observing this year. It's a truth to me. It's an opinion to me, right? But if you do the work, you can see what I'm talking about going forward. As far as how that goes, right? Like I said, hopefully, these guys get second opportunities, but even that is highly unlikely, right? Because we know, what's his name, Doug Peterson. I guarantee you'll hear Doug Peterson getting an interview and may get hired somewhere like Chicago or something like that. But we'll see. With that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all stopping by. That was like an editorial or my opinion about what's going on with the coaching situation. I appreciate everybody stopping by. I know my 33 brother getting ready to start in a couple of minutes. Hopefully, well, he if he hasn't started already, he probably getting ready to start. So we're gonna go on and head on over there to show love to my 33 brother of the word. Like I said, if I don't come on Sunday, I will definitely be on Monday to go over the highlights of the NFL, the wild card weekend. And until then, this is Mr. 33 signing off from the Channel 9 studio, and I'm out. Appreciate you guys.